Let's start with our first news. When the Nevada State Athletic Commission handed Sean Strickland a 6-month suspension for storming the cage at a local MMA event and throwing punches at a fighter who taunted his corner, most fans assumed the fiery middleweight would never change. To reduce his suspension, Strickland was given the option to undergo an anger management program. At first, the announcement was met with laughter and doubt across the MMA community. Many compared the idea to asking Nate Diaz to host a meditation class, entertaining in theory, but impossible in reality. But surprisingly, Strickland seems to be proving everyone wrong. He not only accepted the anger management program, but also leaned into it with his signature bravado. In a post following the announcement, he wrote, "Well, ready to put this to bed and get back in a cage. Can't have a champion acting like that. Sadly, I think I'm the only one to change that. Appreciate the commission for getting this done. Anger men, here I come." As always, he managed to make the therapy sound more like a fight promo than a rehabilitation program. Fans even joked it felt like a trailer for Fast and Furious 15, Group Therapy Drift. Since then, Strickland's behavior has shown a surprising shift. At another recent MMA event, instead of causing chaos, he kept his composure and posted, "Anger management is working. No fights tonight. Great fights tonight. Sorry, I wasn't in one." For many fans, this was genuine character development. One joked, "Season 3 Strickland is way calmer than Season 1. Another added, "Some people go to therapy and find peace. Strickland goes and finds new ways to talk trash politely." The transformation has caught attention because Strickland hasn't lost his outspoken, unfiltered personality, but he seems more controlled, less like a ticking time bomb and more like a smoke alarm that only goes off when needed. That balance could be crucial when he returns to competition. Although coming off a loss to Dricus du Plessis likely means he won't get an immediate title shot, fans believe this new, sharpened version of Strickland could still be dangerous in the cage. The whole situation highlights an odd but fascinating contrast. Sean Strickland in anger management is like putting a shark in a petting zoo. It feels strange, but somehow it's working. If he maintains this balance, his comeback could prove that even the most chaotic fighters can evolve, adapt, and even laugh at themselves along the way. Earlier today, former UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov shared his thoughts in an exclusive interview with journalist Camille Gods. Khabib addressed the rising debate around Ilia Topuria's future and gave a strong warning about a potential matchup against Arman Tsarukyan. According to Khabib, right now Arman is the most complete lightweight in the division. He highlighted that Arman has made tremendous improvements in his overall skill set, particularly his striking at range and his ability to control distance with precision. Khabib explained that Arman is not just keeping opponents at bay with kicks, but also mixing his striking seamlessly with high-level wrestling and grappling. In his words, the fight would heavily favor Arman, about an 80 to 20% advantage due to his versatility and relentless pressure. Khabib went further, analyzing the physical dynamics of the matchup. He pointed out that Arman is nearly 10 centimeters taller and significantly heavier than Ilia, which will matter greatly on fight night. In high-level MMA, size, strength, and wrestling often dictate outcomes, and in Khabib's view, this fight is no exception. Ilia, while extremely talented, has mostly faced strikers throughout his career. He has yet to be tested against a grappler and wrestler of Arman's caliber. That makes this a completely different challenge than anything he has dealt with so far. The UFC, according to Khabib, is being cautious. Ilia is currently a bigger star with more marketability, while Arman is still climbing the ranks. If the promotion throws Ilia into a fight against Arman too quickly and Ilia loses, it could derail their investment in him. However, Khabib stressed that if Arman secures a big win, the UFC won't be able to keep ignoring him. His name will demand recognition, and he'll be impossible to avoid in future title conversations. Khabib also praised Arman's ground game, submissions, and elbow strikes, describing them as extremely sharp and dangerous. He noted that Arman has developed into a complete fighter who combines skill, physicality, and experience to dominate opponents. Ilia may be talented, but stepping in against Arman means facing relentless wrestling pressure, suffocating control, and striking that has become more refined with each fight. In conclusion, Khabib made it clear, Arman Tsarukyan is one of the best lightweights in the world right now. A showdown with Ilia Topuria would not just be exciting, it would be a serious test that could reshape the division. Now moving on, another news. Psycho Stu update. The story surrounding wrestler Stu, also known as Psycho Stu, continues to develop after the shocking incident involving Roger Jackson, son of former UFC star Rampage Jackson. Stu was violently assaulted over the weekend and is currently in critical care at a local hospital. His brother Andrew took to Facebook to share an update with fans and supporters. He wrote, Thank you everyone for your prayers, concerns, and kind words for my brother Stu. Please continue to keep him in your prayers. He's currently stable but in critical care. At this time, we're focused on his recovery and appreciate all the support. Also, we currently do not have a GoFundMe set up. Any links being circulated are not affiliated with us. A close friend of Stu also shared a photo of him in the hospital and explained that his condition was not as positive as initially hoped. He said, "Stu has always been nothing but gracious and kind to me and my family. To see him in this state is heartbreaking. I believe Knox is at fault for allowing this situation to happen. What Raja did is beyond belief, and honestly, I'm upset." TMZ has confirmed that the LAPD is investigating the incident. What makes this story even more painful for many is that Stu is reportedly a veteran who turned to wrestling as an outlet to deal with PTSD. This fact caught the attention of YouTube star Mr. Beast, who publicly offered to help with Stu's hospital bills. He posted, "Dang man, this hurts to see, especially because I read that he was a veteran using wrestling to overcome PTSD. If anyone close to him knows a way I can help, please reach out. Whether it's supporting his medical expenses or even helping his kid if he's a fan, I want to help." Several fighters have also reacted strongly. UFC middleweight Sean Strickland commented, "Looks like someone else is going to be joining me at anger management, but only one of us will still be able to vote and own a gun after this." Fighter Bangren added that Raja's actions, allegedly throwing more than 20 punches even after Stu was unconscious, could have long-term consequences, and he believes Raja deserves prison time. Former UFC fighter Kevin Lee also weighed in, calling it the craziest thing he has seen in 15 years. He said, "Rampage, turn your son in. He's a grown man, and you can't condone that type of behavior. What happened was wrong. Raja has to face the consequences." This tragic story is still developing, with fans, fighters, and celebrities uniting in hope for Psycho Stu's recovery. Moving on, another news. Police have officially launched an investigation into professional wrestler Raja Jackson after a violent incident during a live wrestling match shocked both fans and the sporting community. The incident occurred at a Knox Pro Wrestling event in Los Angeles, where Jackson allegedly assaulted fellow wrestler Stuart Smith in a manner that went far beyond the boundaries of professional entertainment. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, confirmed to major outlets, including TMZ and the New York Times, that officers responded to the venue on Saturday night after reports of the brutal attack. Authorities filed a police report, and Smith was immediately rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. According to initial medical updates, Smith suffered multiple broken bones in his face and lost a significant number of teeth. Witnesses say he was even choking on his own blood and teeth during the terrifying aftermath. Douglas Mallow, another wrestler who intervened to restrain Jackson during the melee, described the disturbing nature of the assault. Speaking to USA Today, Mallow recalled the moment he realized children in the audience had witnessed the chaos, saying, "Somebody reminded me there's kids here, and then I thought, oh my God." His account underlined just how horrific the incident was, not just for those directly involved, but also for the shocked audience. Further updates from USA Today confirmed that Smith was awake and talking on August 24th, though he remained in critical care. His brother Andrew Smith later posted a message on Facebook reassuring fans that Stuart was stable, while also thanking everyone for their prayers and support. Andrew also issued a warning, clarifying that the family has not created any official fundraising campaigns and that any links claiming to raise money on Stuart's behalf were fraudulent. The attack has since gone viral, with clips spreading across social media platforms and drawing widespread condemnation. Members of both the wrestling and MMA communities have expressed outrage, emphasizing that Jackson's behavior crossed all professional limits and placed Smith's life in jeopardy. As the LAPD continues its investigation, the future remains uncertain for Raja Jackson. Legal consequences are expected, and the case is being treated with utmost seriousness. For now, the wrestling world is rallying behind Stuart Smith, offering support as he begins a long and difficult road to recovery. This disturbing event serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of uncontrolled violence in sports entertainment, where the line between performance and real harm should never be crossed. Move on to another news. Dan Hooker has once again set his sights on a high-stakes showdown with lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan, making it clear that he is determined to secure the fight. In a recent appearance on The Rock, Hooker not only called out Tsarukyan directly but also laced his challenge with sharp insults and fiery warnings. With full medical clearance to return to action by November, Hooker believes the timing could not be more perfect, claiming that the stars are aligned for this clash. Hooker's intensity was unmistakable as he described how badly he wants this matchup, even going so far as to brand Tsarukyan a scumbag and a monobrow loser. He did not mince words when he promised that once inside the octagon he would cave Arman's face in. The message was loud and clear. Hooker is not only ready for this fight but is eager to make a statement at the expense of one of the division's toughest competitors. According to Hooker, there are no other fighters in the lightweight top 5 or even in the rankings between himself and Tsarukyan who are actively seeking this challenge. In his view, that makes this potential clash unique. He stressed that he is the only true contender willing to step up, calling himself the #1 fighter ready to face Arman. This, he argued, gives the bout an even greater sense of urgency and anticipation. The UFC lightweight division, already one of the most competitive in the sport, has taken notice of Hooker's persistence. Analysts and fans alike understand that Hooker's striking power, combined with his experience and relentless forward pressure, could provide a true test for Tsarukyan. On the other hand, Tsarukyan's youth, speed, and wrestling dominance make him a formidable opponent. Such a matchup would bring together contrasting styles, promising fireworks inside the cage. Hooker's unwavering determination shows that he is not only physically ready, but mentally prepared to take on one of the division's rising stars. His bold statements demonstrate a fighter who refuses to be overlooked, one who sees this fight as both a personal mission and an opportunity to climb higher in the rankings. As the UFC weighs its options for upcoming events, the anticipation surrounding this potential bout continues to grow. Fans are eager for confirmation, knowing that a Hooker versus Tsarukyan clash could deliver high drama, explosive exchanges, and an unforgettable battle. For Hooker, the message is simple: he wants this fight, and he is not backing down. Finally, Paulo Costa has once again stirred excitement in the MMA world with a bold call-out aimed at Dricus du Plessis, setting the stage for what could become one of the most thrilling fights of the year. Speaking in a recent interview with Submission Radio, Costa revealed that he is determined to return to the octagon before Christmas 2025. With one fight still scheduled for the year, he made it clear that he is not just looking for any opponent. He wants a challenge that will test his limits and ignite fan anticipation. Costa specifically named du Plessis as his desired rival, describing him as fresh off the belt and an incredibly unpredictable fighter. He praised du Plessis' toughness and unique fighting style, pointing out that this matchup would be nothing short of explosive. According to Costa, their potential clash would combine high-level striking, relentless pressure, and competitive intensity, qualities that could make it one of the most anticipated showdowns in the division. The Brazilian middleweight emphasized that he is mentally and physically prepared for the challenge. Confident in his abilities, Costa expressed excitement at the idea of testing himself against a champion-caliber opponent. He acknowledged du Plessis' recent performances and championship experience, admitting that his opponent's unpredictability only makes the fight more intriguing. "This is the kind of fight I want," Costa explained, "not just one that challenges me, but one that captivates the audience. Fans deserve a fight that delivers action, drama, and unforgettable moments. Facing someone like du Plessis pushes me to perform at my absolute best." Costa's intention is clear. He wants to prove himself against one of the top contenders and solidify his place as one of the most dangerous fighters in the division. His call-out reflects not only confidence, but also a hunger to deliver a career-defining performance. The MMA community has already begun buzzing about the possibility of this fight. Analysts highlight Costa's explosive power and striking versatility matched against du Plessis' technical skills and championship mindset. Such a combination promises a high-stakes clash that could have major implications for the middleweight division. If confirmed, this matchup could become one of the year's most memorable battles, an intense contest showcasing skill, raw power, and unshakable determination from both men. For Costa, it represents not just another fight, but a chance to prove that he belongs among the elite and to give fans the spectacle they've been waiting for. Finally, Magomed Ankala has officially responded to the growing buzz around a potential clash with Khamzat Chimaev, and his words have the MMA community buzzing. The speculation began during the build-up to UFC 319, when Khamzat Chimaev boldly stated that he would be willing to fight the winner of the highly anticipated rematch between Magomed Ankala and Alex Pereira. Chimaev, known for his fearless approach to competition and willingness to jump across divisions, made it clear that if Ankala or Pereira emerged victorious, he wanted to challenge for the title. His comments sparked intense discussions, especially considering Chimaev's rapid rise and his reputation as one of the UFC's most dangerous and unpredictable fighters. In an interview following Chimaev's remarks, Ankala delivered a confident and composed response. "If anyone wants to dispute my UFC title, I will always say welcome, no problem," he stated. Ankala emphasized that he does not shy away from challenges and is prepared to defend his championship against anyone who steps forward. Directly addressing Chimaev's call-out, he added, "If he moves up, I would fight Khamzat Chimaev, no problem." This response highlights Ankalov's calm yet determined mindset. Rather than dismissing Chimaev as an unworthy challenger, he showed respect while underlining his own readiness to prove himself against whoever the UFC puts in front of him. For Ankalaev, it's not just about defending his belt, it's about testing himself against the very best and silencing any doubts about his dominance in the division. Fans are particularly intrigued by this potential matchup because it represents a clash of styles and personalities. Ankalaev is known for his technical precision, patience, and powerful counterstriking, while Chimaev brings relentless aggression, wrestling dominance, and explosive finishing ability. The idea of these two colliding inside the octagon has all the ingredients of a blockbuster showdown. Moreover, this fight could carry significant implications for both fighters' legacies. For Ankalaev, defeating Chimaev would solidify his reputation as the undisputed champion, capable of shutting down one of the UFC's most hyped stars. For Chimaev, moving up and successfully challenging for Ankalaev's belt would cement his status as a multi-division threat. As UFC fans eagerly wait for confirmation, one thing is clear: Ankalaev's open-door policy and Chimaev's fearless ambition are pushing the possibility of this fight closer to reality. Should it materialize, it promises to be one of the most electrifying matchups in recent UFC history.